Blue Merinos, are you ready to make this? I think you're gonna love it. It's our newest kit. When you get purple peonies this pretty, and berries and twigs and grasses, guess what? It's time to make a centerpiece. We're gonna make for a side table, so you're gonna love it. So come on, Blue Merinos, let's have fun with flowers. Starts off with our, it's kind of a purpley lavender gorgeous metal container. These are so easy to work with. It's gonna come with that. And then all of the flowers you need for this kit are also coming in here. What you are going to need is a little bit of floral foam in order to build your design on. So you'll have to pick that up at the store. You'll need wire cutters, hot glue, and anything else that you might need to manipulate the flowers. Okay? Those won't come in the kit, but everything else will. So we're going to start off by getting started with our design, and that means prepping the base. So I like to take a nice little chunk of foam. Now you could do a couple of things. You can glue it in like this up high in the container, but a lot of times what happens if you do that is you make a mistake and this will be too top heavy. So we want to kind of divide this foam into a couple of pieces and put it low in the container. So these come in big sheets. I take and just cut them in all different sections. So that's what I'm going to do here first to kind of get started. I got 2 sections of the foam here working. And we don't need this puppy all filled up. Our design is going to kind of be in the center the way I want to design it anyway. So we'll start with our first piece in the bottom and then we'll put one on the top. So I'm just going to put my wanky one on the bottom because it's kind of more of a filler. And then I'll put this other one on top of it. So I'll put that one in and that one right on top. And now my base is getting started. And if you can, you know, I like to secure these together, put a couple of little dowels in there. I'm always big on making my designs so they last. So you'll see me do that and trim a couple of these in. Kind of like if you're a cake decorator, how you have to put your layers together. That adds stability and strength over time. So our foam is in. Now we're going to start off with the height of this design. And that way I can decide how tall I want it. You can do yours any way you want. When I'm in design school, I talk about the principles of design and give you guidelines. But truly, every time you do arrangement, you can control, especially when it's for you, you can control the height you want. So I want to kind of go up high with these middle. These are like a little mini flower and they're very wispy. So I love for these to be the height and kind of the domination right in the center of the design. So I'm going to take and cut a couple off here. And we'll start to kind of see how that height would work. If I go in right here, yes, they give me that wispy lavender feel. So I think that'll work. I'll go ahead and trim all of these. And you can do some a little higher, some a little shorter. I'm going to cut these all pretty high. And then I'll do these a wee bit shorter. So I've got a little bit of staggering as we come around on the design. I like for things to look pretty natural. So I'm always going to be doing things that kind of have that vibe. So let me start off with some of my biggies. And every time I'm going in my glue pot, I sometimes keep it off the frame of the video because it's not pretty. But look, see, there's my electric skillet with my glue just right off the side here. And I'm using it to start to kind of build up the design as I work my way around. Here we go. And let's put one more here. These are all my tall ones. And these remind me of just wispy lavender. The blooms are different and it's not, but it still kind of gives you that feel. And I love in this design that we can do different shades, tones of purple and lavender. And it makes kind of a tone-on-tone design to where it's really, really luscious and beautiful. And when we do this design also today, it's going to be good all the way around. So I'm going to spin it around and work with it as I'm doing that. Now I'm going to broaden it out a little bit now. So I might take these and give them just a little bend. Remember, when you get stuff from Khalees.com and you get wreath making supplies, everything is made to really have wires in it so that it can do all the fun things we want it to do quickly and easily. So your designs come together fast, but they're gorgeous. So you can see how pretty this is in here. I'm going to work my way around. When you've barely done anything and it's gorgeous, you know we're in store for some pretty project. Literally. I love this color tone for late spring, summer. It can go all year long. Matter of fact, the purple florals we're using have more of a fall colored greenery. So you can decide if you want to leave that on, depending if you have plans to leave this in your home all year long, or you just want to use it for the spring or for early summer. It just looks so pretty. I have over here in the corner this obelisk basket we made with the pansies and the floral alliums in it, and it's got the purple, a little bit of pink in there too, but it's got the undertones of purple, and you can see how pretty these look together in the same space. But if you do lavender in your bathroom, this is going to be gorgeous. And because this is going for a side table size, it's perfect for a bathroom too. All right, you can see how I took my time. You've got to put 2 bushes of this in, and you've got to make sure it dominates. Like, it needs to be loud and proud in order for the rest of this design to work, okay? So in there, looking loud and proud, very happy with that. Now, our next move is to grab these. This is another purple berry, but with a twig on it, okay? I love things that have twigs and greenery because then all of a sudden, we have a little bit different texture. So I'm going to start to cut these off the stem. Now, on these, I'm just going to cut them into their individual pieces. And you can save the leaves if they're below the cut, or you can just use those on some other project. So I'm just trimming this all off the bush. But I love the leaf on here. It's a little bit lime green, which goes so good with purple. It's that contrast on there that just is great. It's almost like chartreuse. Okay, I'm cutting those all off. When you do that to your bush, you're going to notice there are 3 bigger ones, okay? And we're going to start with those by putting them in kind of equidistant coming out of our lavender we already put in. All right, so I want to make sure the leaves are going to show forward and not backward. Even though this is going to be a good all around, if you're in design school or if you're one of my design school students, you will know that I am big about making sure our leaves face forward. Like, it's a big deal to me. So make sure when you're manipulating all this, they're staying forward. All right, once I've done that, I'm going to dip it in the glue, and I'm going to choose a front for my design so that way, at least from this direction, the leaves look forward. So I'm going to put 2 on this side. And we'll just kind of bend this out, and then I'll put the 3rd on the back. All right, so these are kind of going on the edges of this, but still through the middle, and the 3rd one's going to go more in the back. The leaves are all still facing me. Okay, go right in the middle. Perfect. So now I got a little twiggy branch in there. Yep, see the leaves in there? It looks good. All right. The arrangement is still good from all sides, but you can you can make Kali happy by not showing me the back of those leaves, so I don't have to lose my mind. Okay, now we're going to work these all in around the same way we've been doing, and now it's okay if the leaves just go like this so the bottom of the leaf faces down. Y'all, please help me out so I don't have to look at your finished projects and be freaking out. Like, please spin your leaves. Some of y'all are going, Kali, get over the backs of the leaves. I'm like, I can't get over the backs. I can't do it. All right, let's work all around. I love this one. I'm just going to kind of equally space them as I work it around, and that way I've got this great placement. And I'm starting to kind of come out from my midsection of the design and work out to the perimeter. All right, one more in the back here. And then we'll go back to the front of the piece. And I'm going to work from here. And now I'm going to take this one and kind of have it go out this way. And these are just gorgeous. All right, let me bring it towards you and see what you think. What are you thinking, Blue Burritos? Oh my gosh. Is this stunning already? So wispy. It's like you are in a garden. And it looks so real when it's all fluffing up like this. All right. One of our last things we're going to put in is this. It's a little lavender filler. We're going to put that in last, but I got to take up all the real estate with the peonies, and then we'll come in with this after. So these are going to go tight to the base. Now here's where I want you to make a decision. How long do I want this to be out in my home? Or do I want this to be able to work for the fall too? And if I do, I'm going to leave on the leaves. If I'm like, you know what, I just want to use this like I do, I just want to use this in late spring and summer, then I'm going to take and pull these leaves down, and we're just going to trim off the heads. And you could save these to use in another piece where you need some filler leaves to fill in, okay? And I usually just leave those right on the bush. And you can keep the leaves for later. So I'm just pulling them down. You guys, this is the type of things we teach in design school, and you're getting kind of a sneak peek behind the scenes today. So you can learn how to do this exact same thing. And come join us in class when you're ready, so I can make it super easy for you to get on your way of creating. And of course, when you're ready, you can come join us in business coaching, so I can help you become a better businessman or woman and be able to sell your pieces. And I'm big on finding that right customer, so that way you can work smarter, not harder, in maximizing your sales online. All right, here we go, guys. Here they come. Oh my gosh, look at this. Now, any of the pieces in here that have a little bit of that fall color, we're just going to save that. I'm going to put that with that other bush. And look how pretty these are going to be. So what we want to do is we don't want these like cascading out. These are staying low by the base. So I'm going to love on these heads just a little bit, and we're going to trim them. I'm going to start with a really big one. Bring it in, and I want it to kind of come and just pop right in here. There you go. Now I'm going to take another biggie, and we're going to come over, and this one's kind of a more, now it's a little more lavender color. Let's come on this side. So if I can alternate the colors, that'll be great. And I'm cutting them down just a little bit so I can get these in each section. Yep. All right. Now let's work to the back with the purple. So I want the back to be pretty too. Right in here. So you see what I'm saying? These are taking up a good amount of real estate, and I want those right in the bottom. Now we want to take, I'm going to take one of these little filler bushes, stems. It's a little bitty stem we just cut off, and I'm going to have that kind of tuck in here. And let's use a dark purple over here. And we'll just have that go in right there. Perfect. Now I'm going to come on the back side a little, and we'll do a little loving on this side with a big, thick, beautiful, lush one here. Get that a little deeper in there. I might have to cut it if I can't push it in. There we go. And then let's come on this side with one of these guys. Fill it in right there. And you can see, look how I'm working my way around. This is so pretty. Now we got a couple of buds left, and I think I'll probably use one over here and one on the other side. So I'll trim that down a little. So we filled in most of the base with the, oh, so pretty. Now, if something's kind of popping out a little more than you want, just before it gets really set up, just pull it out. You can yank it out and then trim it down a little. And that just means I left it a little bit too long because I want these kind of tight in here. All right, let's spin it around, double check on the back. And I think it's the same thing kind of going on here. So let me see if I can wiggle this one out. They kind of get really tight with the glue. So do that before they get all dried. The glue gets, you know, cold and dried. There you go. I want that one tighter. Yeah. And I've got my bud now we're going to put over here. All right. I'm going to open up those balloons just a little. Look at, so here we are at the front. Oh my gosh, it's looking stunning. Now, we're not done. So we've got all of these in, and we want to now soften them a little bit and kind of finish out this wispy garden look we have going. So we're going to open this bush and start to tear it down. This one is more of a lavender too, so we're playing with both of those colors. So you take and you tear the stem apart, and they come into all these little pieces. All right, and now we start to cut these into smaller pieces that we can use in here. And pretty soon, this design is going to come alive so nicely. So I'm going to work around and start putting these in. But I want to talk a little bit about giving yourself permission to make your space beautiful. This is kind of a trap I've fallen into before. I get very busy consumed with work and making sure that everything I'm making is for the craft show. It's for Etsy. It's to teach. And I sometimes don't give myself permission to make me something. And it's really something I suffer with sometimes, because I think that time is not productive because it's not a revenue generating task. And that might be a little business talky for those of you who are not into that. But I'm kind of speaking to everyone who gets busy with being a mom, being a caregiver, being a wife or a husband. And that looks so pretty. I'll put it on either side. And you get away from the things that bring you joy. And you forget to make something for you. It's not that you forget. You don't give yourself permission to let yourself have something for you. And those of you who enjoy this hobby with me or enjoy this passion of floral design or gardening, you may fall in the same trap that you get to where you don't buy the annuals anymore because you think, well, they're gonna die. But what if you love them? Like, even it's okay if you want to enjoy the moment, and maybe you spend money on something that isn't going to be there forever, but you enjoy that process, that task of creating. Maybe it's a simple thing, but you can't say it's okay to do because it's for you. I hopefully can give you the courage and the permission to do something for yourself. And whether that's make this arrangement today, or that's design a wreath just for you, and don't just take what's left over and didn't sell. Make something outstanding for yourself. Like, go over budget on yourself. You know what I mean? Give yourself permission to do that. Because, no, we only live once. We only get the ability to do all this for so long. And sometimes when you're in the midst of the hustle, the midst of the grind of life or business, you forget to take care of you. And I bet if you treat yourself to something special, you're going to be able to serve your customers, your family, even your job, your coworkers. You're going to be such a better employee, such a better husband or wife or daughter, because you're getting to do a little bit of what you love too. And you don't get too lost in the grind where you forget about you. So I say all that just to help inspire you, because I am so guilty of it. It's not even funny that if it's not revenue generating, sometimes I don't even do it for myself because of how I feel that I'm not worthy. And you guys, we're all worthy. We're all worthy, Blue Merinos. All of us. We're worthy to have beautiful homes. That doesn't mean you have to spend a lot, but give yourself permission to have a pretty craft room, to have an organized space to create in, to not feel guilty about buying beautiful containers or shelving to have your supplies on. Like, make your space beautiful, make your home the way you want it. And it's okay to spend time on that. And I hope if that message helps you out some, that you share it along with another friend, inspire them to get excited about what they're doing and what they're creating, and not always being about the grind. Sometimes it needs to be about you and what you love. Because I tell you what, when you sit back for a second and you enjoy the process, it's amazing. Like, how much more you'll get done when you give yourself permission to take care of you. You know, it's okay. And you can take care of you And thanks for letting me make this with you today. This is even more stunning than I ever expected it to be. We crushed it, and I know you can make this too. This is going to be gorgeous on a side table, but I think it also would crush in a bathroom. You could even put, like, tuck in a little Spanish moss down here and put a little bit of lavender oil on it. And you know what? People will be sniffing this puppy. They would be like, ooh, smells so good. I told you we were going to do it. We crushed it. And don't forget, give yourself permission to make something beautiful for you. Treat yourself to a special day that's all about you, and take time out for that, because without you, there can't be your business, your family, your job. All of that cannot improve without you taking care of yourself. All right, I'll see you next time, Blue Merinos, and you guys have fun with flowers. Y'all, this was fun. Bye, everybody. I love it.